told you earlier that we have a special guest today, Mr. Kalu Ikeagwu. Kalu is a talented British Nigerian actor and writer. And like I told you when we were starting, one of the things I liked about him is that he seems to pick the kind of movies he gets into. Because I remember some of his works, and I remember Two Brides and a Baby, I remember Three Thieves, I remember Badamosi, I remember In the Cold, and those are good movies that when you remember it in a good way. And he has also done so many series, from Domino to Tinsel to Super Story to even King Babatu. Doctor's Quarters.
And Big Love in the more modern dispensation.
So give it to him. You don't. His creativity is not in doubt in any way. So I'm going to first of all start this conversation this afternoon by asking you what. How do you get to choose the movie that? Because I'm sure you get a lot of scripts and a lot of offers for job. How do you decide which of them to take?
I remember, well, before anything else, I read the script. From what I learned in school, whatever movie you do is supposed to inform, educate, and entertain at the same time. I didn't really take it that seriously until one day, I think when my mom came to visit me, she saw, when I was seeing her off at the airport, some people were, can I take a picture? Can I sign an autograph? Because I never really told them what I was doing. And so she was like, this acting you went to do, it's as if there's something coming out of it. Okay, when next you're coming to visit, bring one of your movies so we can watch. And when I went to visit them, my brothers were there and everything, so they were showing it, and there was getting to one point, I had a scene with Iniedo that time. It was getting to one point where we got to kissing. I completely forgot that scene was there. I completely forgot. I looked for the safest movie I could find and show that. So as the scene was coming, I was like, oh, scheisse. Sorry, this scene is coming. I didn't know this was it. Sweat was coming down from my armpits. Before I just started retreating, my brothers already knew what was coming. Like, mommy, where is this your son going? What is he doing? I disappeared from that place. And I looked at myself. I was like, I'm not a small boy now. Why am I so nervous around my mom? And it dawned on me that training your parents give you, it never leaves you. So I think from that day I said I would never. It wasn't a bad movie. It's just that it just informed me that I would never take part in a movie that my mother cannot watch. My dad is late, so that one is different. So I think that's the main thing that really inspired me to make sure I read them, and it has to be informative. I don't care how much you're paying me or how big a budget it is. The message is always the most important.
Okay, so are you saying you read all the scripts that you get yourself?
I have to.
Wow.
I have to read it and be settled with it before I do it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you are one of those faces that when we see your face in a movie, when I see your face in a movie, I'm happy because I know, it'll be a great movie, Like when one of the more recent ones I saw was Big Love, and I kept thinking, oh yeah, it's a great. There was a lot of great characters there,
right? And
then I thought, what would I do to see you in something else outside of a family-friendly film, maybe an action film or something very different from the cool, calm person that we see on screen?
I had a shot at that. In fact, this one, people hated my guts. In Chatham, this was English Igbo. It was a series showing. So I played 3 different characters, all in the same body. So my body was inhabited by different spirits and stuff like that. And one was really evil. I enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed, because outside my scope. And in fact, I had to learn, because you have Igbo dialects, same like every language has its own dialect. So I had the Anambra dialect, I had the Mbise dialect, so I had to learn both of them. And I think that was the most challenging I've ever had. And it was the most, I like playing bad guys. It's really good fun. Yeah, something outside yourself. And I had to be very energetic outside my normal calm self and stuff. So it was fun.
Okay, now my question is this: I saw that in your educational background, it said that you schooled in England,
Right.
Zambia,
Yes.
and then you also graduated from the University of Nigeria.
Yes.
You did English literature.
Yes.
So I wanted to find out, how did your living in England, living in Zambia, did it affect what the man you have become today as an actor?
Immensely, because I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel when someone says they are the son of a soldier or a policeman, I understand what they mean, because you get posted everywhere. You know, as a soldier gets posted everywhere, a policeman gets posted everywhere. So the children never really gather moss wherever they are. They're always in different places. So I think that's how I feel sometimes, because I was uprooted from England, taken to Zambia and stuff like that. But kudos to my dad. He made sure by 4 I could read and write Igbo, because my dad banned Igbo from the house. You go outside and speak your Igbo. So he made sure Igbo was spoken in the house. So everything about my culture, everything, I knew everything about it. So I'm kind of a split personality. I'm a very down-to-earth village man, and at the same time I have, so everything is mixed in me. So I can play or do anything that comes to mind, because my dad made sure I was rooted. All of us were rooted in our culture, right from birth.
Okay, so if you did not make it as an actor, obviously you made it, but if you did not make it as an actor, what other career choice would they have, career path would they have chosen?
Teaching definitely. I'd have been a writer. I love teaching. I
understand you do a bit of storytelling now. You do a bit of storytelling now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do that a lot, and but teaching, because like I said, my dad, he was a teacher. Yeah, he was a teacher, and he rose through the ranks. Like, he was a primary school teacher, they went into teacher training school, they went into secondary school teaching before he was sent on scholarship to go to overseas to study whatever, and they came back and became a lecturer. So I went through the whole gamut. I had to learn how to read and write Igbo. I had to learn how to. I was originally I was supposed to be a doctor, but read medicine. But because my father made sure I read a lot of literature, I fell in love with it, storytelling, and that's why I insisted I was going to do in university. I was going to read English literature.
So let's come to Nollywood now. Nollywood has become such an enigma that a lot of people are watching, and we sort of like we are getting the attention of the world. What do you think informed that, made us that way? What do you think helped the industry to grow into that? And where do you think is the next step for the industry in terms of growth?
It's simple. Self-confidence. Till today, my best movies remain movies from 2000 backwards to the early 90s, because they told stories about us, by us, for us, and it was so original and so heartfelt, and that is what captured the whole world. Whether you didn't understand our culture, it was so great that, like, anytime I go, like, sometimes when I travel to the US, I meet some people. You find Jamaicans naming their children after Nigerian names. Everyone knows what Omogo is. Everyone knows, and it really helped us in the sense that, you'd be surprised, but abroad they actually think we swing from tree to tree. as monkeys, like with monkeys and stuff like that. So imagine their shock when they saw, beautiful houses, people that have a culture. And the thing with Nigeria, or even Africa as a whole, or even the black diaspora, even Jamaicans, when you see a parent disciplining his child in a movie, everyone understands what that means. That's that broom following you as you're running, that broom that'll follow you and hit you right on target, or the slippers. They understand that. Black person understands that. And so it's really resonated with them because, a lot of times they feel alienated, they feel like strangers, but once they see a model, like an African model, especially Nigeria, the way, how confident we are, they imbibe that immediately. They feel they're not lost. Their culture is not lost after all. So they have that attachment. And that is what really endeared them to us. Now, the way we've gone through that part, great storytelling, but we didn't have the right equipment. Our equipment wasn't that strong. A lot of what we were using was analog and stuff like that. And then when more equipment started coming in, more sophisticated equipment, it was now about picture, what you bring out and everything. And then the part of the story was kind of relegated to the background. And so you find situations where they'll ape stories of, they'll bring Bollywood stories and try to bring it to infuse it in our stories. You bring Western stories and bring it to our stories, which kind of alienated the viewers. They couldn't have that connection. I think there's a resurgence of that Africanness, which has been helped by music. Our music has been unashamedly Nigerian, and it has caught on in the world. I think the movie industry has done that, because I did one with Tosin Igbo, with Suspicion, with Stans and Uzo Arukwe. It was an amazing speech. This is a detective story, but using African means of finding out who the culprit is. It was a whodunit, who did it, like Agatha Christie. But they were using jazz and local stuff to find out. It was
I saw it. It came out in December on Amazon.
Yes.
I saw it.
Amazing.
Is in it.
You say?
Omo Umidada is in it.
Omo Umidada RMD is in it as well. Yeah. So that was one of that really resonated with us. And after that you kind of found a resurgence of stories by ourselves, for ourselves, and then exporting to the world.
Okay, let me ask you, have you ever produced a movie?
Yes, I have.
Okay, there's a new trend now that as a producer, after you've done your work, you have to go the extra mile again and make sure to market it. And one of the ways to market it in Nigeria successfully is to dance. You have this sort of sage aura around you that oh no, you seem beyond that. Will you dance to promote a film now?
I've danced to promote. There was one.
You have danced.
See, dancing is not something I like to mention because, and I'm still very angry with Mary. Mary Lazarus.
Okay.
Whom to marry? She flogged this thing, the publicity on this thing, and I had to dance. And they made terrible dancers. I hate dancers because I cannot dance to save my life. The only worst dancer than me is my younger brother. There's one of my younger brothers. When I look at him, I feel...
That was a good movie anyway. I saw it.
Whom to marry?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see where I was dancing?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
That's why you asked me that question.
No, I promise you, there was no malicious intent to it. I just wanted to know.
I know it's not malicious, but man...
I just wanted to know if you could dance, if you could summon that...
No, I cannot dance to save my life. So please don't ask me to dance. Unless you're paying me good money, and I have to rehearse very well before
What if it's your film? I mean, if you know that, if you dance, this thing is going to be a cinema here, theatrical is...
I'll dance because, my dancing is like... Oh, God. I can't believe I'm saying this. Have you seen white people dance? That's how I dance. But a white person, when they're dancing, they dance so terribly, but they believe so much in themselves. They actually enjoy what they're doing. making fools of themselves. That is how I've done
Okay.
to promote my book. So you actually enjoy me with making a fool of myself. That's it.
But do you think it creates a dangerous trend in the industry when everybody now has to do, even if it's something that is not in their strength, they have to do it just to promote a movie?
See, the thing, one thing you have to understand is, this is why, excuse me, this is why Nigerians are respected all over the world. They're like the gamma lizard. You know, if no one praise them, they'll praise themselves. And that is why what we are known for, anything that works, that is why this country has not crumbled with all the stress it's going through. They must find something to laugh at or smile. So if it's dancing that will do the job, why?
Okay, now let's away from dancing and Nollywood a bit. I noticed that during the last election, you were for the Obidient.
Right. When did you see that?
I read on you saying that the Obidient has made the youth to have a voice.
Okay.
The Obidient movement has helped to make youth to have a voice. So my question is in two ways.
Right.
Do you see the Obidient people? I don't have anything against. I'm not aligned to any political group or organization.
Right.
And I don't see anybody as Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, because I tell people that most of the big things I've done it with even Igbo and Hausa more than.
Yes, I know, because we've been to Aba, other places. I know now.
You understand?
Yes.
So I'm not like that. But I want to ask you, were you involved with the Obidient movement because of the fact that Peter Obi is Igbo? That's my first question. Number two, does it make you uncomfortable that most of the Obidient people are highly toxic? The way a lot of people believe that they are toxic and that they get more enemies for the person that they are trying to support anyway.
I don't know when I became an Obidient. What I do know is, because I'm still trying to. The only time I've been involved in like politics and stuff was regarding my state governor Alex Oti, which I felt very passionate about because we have had 24 years of abject, derelict leadership. You know, when I drove at that time to my place, it's either I'm driving through farms or I'm driving through rivers. That's how bad our roads were.
Where are you from in Abia?
Abia.
I know you're from Abia. Where?
Arochukwu. Ihechiawa in Arochukwu.
Okay.
So it was so bad that there's a friend of mine who said his pastor told them to take his car to go to my area. And he said, Sir, I cannot let you take your car to that place. I cannot take your car to that place. It will say, how bad is it? Say, no, he was going to another place. You know, he said, that road is so bad. I cannot let you take your car to that place. He said, wait, how bad is it? He said, sir, it is so bad. There are lots of craters, there this and that. He thought about it. I thought about it. Say, there's no how that road you're talking about in Anambra State can be as bad as the road to Arochukwu. So take the car and go. Do you understand? That's how. So that was why I was very. And Alex Oti had a lot of plans and everything. So that was why I said, I came all out. I said, look, I want something different. And I'm so glad that happened because Abia State has really risen. I mean, the roads to my place are so good right now and everything. So, regarding, I've been a spectator, more or less. I saw it was a movement, the Obidient movement and stuff like that. Apart from my state, which I was very passionate about, I'm very passionate about Nigeria. It's a bit complex for me. But I've seen the power of social media. I've also seen the power of the youth and the importance of carrying the youth. And the thing is, take it or leave it, they are the machine. They are the bedrock of this society. And they see everything that's going on. And I also feel that they have to be appeased and looked into because if they're not happy, trust me, the whole country will not be happy. So I'll just leave it at that. You know.
Okay. As Alex Oti disappointed you or made you happy after your support?
He has made me exception. That's what I'm saying. Exceptionally happy. I mean, look at what he's done with Aba. If you go to Aba, Aba was so bad. The roads were so bad that people were growing hard farms in the middle of roads. That's how bad it was. People were growing corn and yam mounds in major roads, just the middle, like, because it was so swampy. All that has been leveled. Aba almost has 24 hours electricity now, which, I mean, he knows that Aba is the. We've been to Aba now. Exactly, we've been there before. It's completely changed now. The road to my area, all the roads have been mended. Everyone is happy. Umuahia, the central city, is really expanding. I mean, there's you go there, you see work. So, yes, it's something I'm really proud to have supported him in.
Okay, will you support anybody who you think has that kind of vision to rule Nigeria?
Why not? We have a lot of
Vocally support.
vocally support when that time comes. When that time comes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Because what I'm saying is, I'll not mention names. Some people, I really rooted for some people, and when they came, like, they really did a huge turnaround and, like, really shocked me. I was heartbroken. I will not mention the names. I was really heartbroken. So I will be looking at one eye and make sure that this person is everything they say they will be. Yes.
okay. I also noticed that you are not like every Nollywood actor.
Right.
What I mean by that is that I rarely see you at events. You are rarely also vocal on social media about anything when there are
About
trends, issues.
You are not
or
on
anything.
every other
I don't even
trend.
think I've seen one single post that you have made on social media. You understand?
Yes.
So, and people believe that for you to make it in the industry, all the things that they say, I don't see you doing any of them. One, you must belong to maybe a clique.
Right.
Two, you must sometimes come out to do controversial things.
Right.
Three, you must make appearances at special events.
Right.
I don't think I've seen any of your pictures at Africa Magic Award or the rest of
I do
it.
come.
You understand?
I do come. I mean, sometimes it's bad timing. Like during AMVCA, I was supposed to go for it, but I happened to be at work somewhere in England at the time. It's happened twice in a row. So I do come. But I do go for events. I love events. I don't belong to clique. I said I would make God my manager. You know, that's who I put my trust in. And he has really done a great job with me. One thing that's very important to me is keeping my head level. Sometimes there's a tendency to believe you are more than what you actually are. So it's good for you to keep your head level. The way I was trained, usually, I mean, I was trained on stage, and when you're on stage, they first break you down. They break you down completely to you are absolutely nothing. Then they start building you up from there. So that's where you don't really have airs, unnecessary airs, which kind of makes some people derail. However, yes, I also agree. You have the business end of things, you know, which are very important. So, yes, I try to keep a balance, especially with the new trend. Like the new trend, that's very important as well, because everyone now has their radio or TV stations on their social media platforms, more or less. So, yeah, you learn every day.
Okay. Yeah. So you said that you were built on stage. Why didn't you stay on stage? Why did you?
I am still on stage. I do stage.
Really?
At least once. I haven't done this year, sadly. But there's someone I'm working with, like maybe
in Nigeria. You do stage in Nigeria?
I do stage in Nigeria. Yeah, I did Butcher and the Bridge. I did person of I think I've done. I've done about 5 plays
Okay.
so far.
So we
Yeah.
know of actors who have days that they work and days that they do not work, and it's non-negotiable.
Right.
Perhaps for health, family reasons, different things.
Right.
But do you have days? Do you have such strict schedules? Because I know you said that you read your script yourself.
Right.
Yeah, God is your manager.
Right.
It means that you are like a one man battalion.
Which one is one man?
No,
battalion?
sorry. Let's say one man team. Let's call it that.
Okay.
So, are there days that you do not work? How do you structure yourself in such a way that nothing affects the other, and that you keep yourself, grounded in the craft that you have chosen?
There's no day I don't work. There's no day I don't like. If there's work and I have to, yeah. But inevitably there'll be times when I have time to myself, and I'll utilize that when I'm doing other things. When I'm doing my side businesses and stuff like that. But generally, in between work, it's not like I'm working every day. If I'm doing like 2 weeks at a stretch, on a project, I give that whole time to that. But I make sure that there are 2 things I always make sure. I make sure that when I'm done, I give myself enough rest to build up. I make sure I eat very well, have a balanced diet, because my mom taught me that if you eat well and sleep well, no matter how hard you work, you never break down. So, yeah, I mean, my family works very, very hard. My mom kept working till she was in her late 70s and still works now. And she's still very strong. So, that's it. I just make sure when I have days of rest, I make sure I rest very well. That's it.
Okay. I see you talk about your mom a lot.
Right.
And that makes you to be, I believe, to be somebody that is understand the values of family.
Right.
Now, in this industry, it is believed that after money and the fame,
Right.
the next thing is the girls.
Right.
And that a lot of the actors, I've spoken to a lot of actors who have sat down where you are, who have told us how difficult it is to maintain a cool head
with the fame.
Right.
I want to ask you, how have you been able to deal with the women? You are good looking.
You're tall.
You are tall. You have the beautiful beards.
And then you have the,
The tummy is not there.
I'm still fighting it.
So how have you been able to cope?
I think I'll still go again. Still upbringing. My dad was very strict when he was alive. Very, very strict. And he himself, we never saw him drink. We never saw him do smoke or any of those things. He'll come back, finish lectures and come back home and stuff like that. And my brothers and sisters are pretty much the same thing. I regard myself as a bit of a black sheep in the family, being in this industry, because there are some vices I picked up which I'm not so proud of.
Did they not want you to go into the industry originally?
I told you now, I was supposed to be a doctor. I was supposed to be, and I didn't even think I was going to be in this industry. I was supposed to just going to be a lecturer or study and be a teacher. I fell into this quite by accident, and it was just something I was very gifted at. It's something God blessed me with, and that's it. So, so that base has been very helpful to me, because at the back of my mind, women are lovely now. Women are fine. Your chemistry cannot, dispute that. The chemistry, the attraction they have for you cannot dispute that. So, I haven't exactly been a saint, but sometimes when you get bitten once or twice, you look and say, when you look at the here now and look at in the future, what is it going to be like? How it's expensive. Like, it's easy to get in, but to get out is quite another matter and stuff like that. So you use that to keep level-headed. Besides, it's important. It's important that sometimes you can tell why they're after you. Oh, he's a fine guy. Or, he's a famous person. Oh, so you look at motives, why they're coming to you, and not necessarily the values that they carry with them. Because if they have values with them, like there's something really tangible, and you can say, okay, this is what I'm gaining from this. This is what I benefit from this relationship with this person. But if after that there's nothing else, you feel cheated after a while. Or if you're going to be every day just be with someone else different, something leaves you. So you try to keep. I'm not a saint, so I'm just trying to say try to keep a level head.
Okay.
In those matters.
So I know of actors who say that they do not like series or series.
Right.
They don't like to be in series because it's very time consuming. It's like
Right.
you have a day job.
Right.
It means you cannot take on other projects, and that's all you're doing for a period of time.
Right.
At this stage of your career, can you take on a series project or a seasonal project that means that you have to? I mean, there were actors on Wura who said that and that's the Showmax drama,
Right.
who said that they were filming every day. You've done Tinsel, you've done stuff like that before. Can
Right.
you still do that at this stage of your career?
Well, it depends. I mean, I did something like Chetam that I did. It was for 3 months, but it started and it ended, and I liked it because of the arc curve that it had. I learned something from it because I had to be something I wasn't. That's another reason why I do stage plays, because it stretches you, it kind of builds you. So. So something like that. But if it's something you're a stock character and it goes on for years and years and years, I kind of move away from those things because it can make you a stock character and you can't really evolve into other things. So I don't mind series as long as I have something to work with, something meaty to work with. Yeah.
So is acting fulfilling for you? I mean, financially, emotionally, career-wise, is it fulfilling enough?
Financially, no.
Okay.
No. Absolutely not.
One would think that, you're making big bucks looking at you.
Yeah, I mean, it could be better. It could be better, especially in the economy right now. It could be better. Emotionally, spiritually, very, very fulfilling. Very, very fulfilling because it's very, very stressful, extremely stressful, but it's like a child, the mother of a child. No matter how stressful it is, you don't mind because that's your child, that's something you love and you nurture it. So that's how I feel with acting. It's what I was born to do. It's I don't have to think about it, it just comes. So it's very stressful, but it's something I understand very well. And secondly, I said, everyone has a talent that they're one or two talents they're born with. And for me, because I know God gave it to me, I know at the end of this life, when I cross over to this life, I have to give an account of what I did with what I do. So that's one of the reasons why I like to read scripts before I do it. So it either teaches something or it glorifies Him. So it's very spiritual for me. Let me put it that way.
It's been a very, very beautiful afternoon speaking with you. And I'm sure that those who have listened at home must have learned something, enjoyed something. Especially younger actors, they must have learned about self-discipline and the rest. Before you go, tell us which of your jobs should people look up to? Coming out very soon.
There's one that came out. What month are we in? September. I think early this year on Amazon. Miss Coin.
Okay, I saw it.
Oh, you saw it?
You played the principal.
The principal, yeah, the principal.
Tell me your $10.
Yes, Tell me your $10. Then there's one with Mary Lazarus. She forced me to. Oh, you've watched that one? Whom to Marry.
Are you planning to start a YouTube channel at any point?
I don't know about that one. No, let me finish with the ones I'm doing right now first. I'm one of my sites. I started up farming, and that one is taking up my.
Thank you so much. We wish you the best in your farming business.